What's up guys, we are back with one of our favorite skills, La Croqueta, which, and this is true, is also the name of a traditional Spanish food. But that's completely unrelated. Technique. La Croqueta is a very simple skill, but very effective if you can do it quickly. Use the inside of your foot to push the ball across your body to your other foot. Then with your second touch, push the ball out straight and pass the defender. Keep in mind La Croqueta will only work if you do it fast. Practice tapping the ball from one foot to the other to increase your speed. Now we're going to talk about using the skill in real games. Use La Croqueta in tight situations. For example, when defenders think they have you trapped up against the sideline, use the skill to go down the line before your opponent knows what happened. La Croqueta is also effective when the defender is diving in. Here, the speed at which you execute the skill is critical. Defenders dive in because they think they can get to the ball before you. But if you are able to execute La Croqueta with enough speed, few defenders will be able to touch the ball before you can evade them. Sometimes the defender is afraid to dive in, instead leaving space for you. When this happens, close down the space by dribbling towards him. When you're close enough, use the skill to go around the defender whether he dives in or not. Technique. Start by placing your foot on top of the ball. Then use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back behind you. Next, use the inside of that same foot to push the ball behind your other leg in the direction you want to go. Make sure to bring your other leg forward as you pull the ball back, leaving room for the ball to travel behind. When a defender gets too close for comfort, La Vela allows you to protect the ball while moving to safer ground. Sometimes, you can move forward past a defender using La Vela. And other times, you'll need to move to the side and into space. La Vela is also a useful skill for passing, allowing you to pass in one direction while facing another. It's a great way to surprise the defense. Practice using La Vela to move the ball quickly back and forth between your feet. Instead of pushing the ball out and running after it, push the ball just enough for your other foot to pull it back. Then do the skill in the other direction. Try to keep the ball in continuous motion. This helps develop your right foot and left foot at the same time, and can be done in a small place, even a bedroom. What's up? We're back and looking at another skill today. This time, the Ronaldo chop. Let's talk about technique. So the ball is rolling in front of you and you want to do a Ronaldo chop. Jump towards the ball with both your feet in the air. Use the inside of your foot to hit the ball behind your other leg. The hardest part of doing a Ronaldo chop is applying it in a real game situation. The first step is to dribble the ball with speed. You need a fair amount of momentum for this skill to work. The second step is noticing the defender's momentum. Notice here the defender is putting lots of effort into getting in front of me. His momentum means there will be lots of space behind him to chop into. The third step is actually executing the skill. You need to put enough power on your chop so that it rolls 4 to 5 feet out in front of you, giving you time to run onto it. The space needed to do this skill means that usually the best place to do it is on the wing.
Number 3. Step over Rabona. Roll the ball sideways while stepping over the ball with your weak foot. Do a Rabona and choose to go either through the legs or past your opponent. Look at that, I've sent him for a hot dog. Taxi for Jay. Number 1. The Flying Eagle. Roll the ball back and flick it up whilst jumping. Lean to your strong side in order to stretch enough to hit the ball with your weak foot. When the ball is in the air, tap it with your weak foot to bring it around your opponent. 60% of the time, this trick works every time.
So what you want to do is roll the ball with your strong foot towards your weak foot, flick the ball up in about knee height towards your strong foot, and then volley the ball around your opponent and then run the opposite direction, like this. You can do the skill move without doing the roll to the side, but it's better to do it with the roll because it adds more movement and it's easier to flick the ball up in the right direction. And the second pointer is that you need to flick the ball up far enough away from your body and away from your opponent to get the right kind of flick around him. So the second one is pretty similar to the first one, but we're going to add a knee touch to it to add some humiliation and confusion to the opponent. And this is what it looks like. So instead of flicking the ball up with your weak foot, you're going to flick it with your strong foot and use the weak inside of your knee to flick it to the side and then do the volley around your opponent. What you need to think about is that you get your knee touch far enough away from your body and away from your opponent to be able to do a volley so that your opponent has no idea where the ball is.